Welcome to my channel. In this session, we will discuss the concepts of ratio, proportional variation. First part, we'll discuss concept of ratios in this session. In the next session, we will discuss proportion and variation. Ratio is a relation. It's a relation in which one quantity is expressed in terms of another quantity. Suppose if let's say there are two quantities A and B, we write it as A is to B. That means we are expressing A in terms of B. We can also express this as A by B. Suppose if I have 8 is to 2, or this can be written as 4 is to 1, we are trying to say the first term is 4 times of the second one. We are expressing first term in terms of the second term. So the ratio of two quantities A and B is expressed as A is to B. This can also be expressed as A by B as we discussed. Right. Here in this ratio, the first term is called antecedent, second term is called consequent. The first term A is called antecedent, second term B is called consequent. Let's take an example. If there are 30 boys and 20 girls in a class, we can say that the ratio of boys and girls is 30 is to 20. 30 is to 20, when you simplify, you will get 3 is to 2 or 3 by 2. So please remember, when we say that in a class the boys and girls are in the ratio 3 is to 2, we should not consider them only to be 3 and 2. There may be 3 boys and 2 girls. Maybe like this question, there may be 30 boys and 20 girls. There may be 15 boys and 10 girls. When I try to simplify, again I'll get 5 threes, 5 twos. So basically, whenever we say the ratio of two items is 3 is to 2, the first one is a multiple of 3, let us say 3 into k. Second one is multiple of 2. This k is a common multiple both cases. So when you find the ratio, this k gets cancelled. Here, this 10 gets cancelled and we are getting 3 is to 2. Here 15 and 10 means 5 is getting cancelled and we are getting 3 is to 2. So what we should keep it in mind in ratios is, whenever you are given a ratio as 3 is to 2, don't assume them to be only 3 and 2. It should be a multiple of 3, 3 into something. Second one should be a multiple of 2. Next. A ratio is an abstract quantity. It doesn't carry any units. Say for example, if I ask you to find the ratio of 3 kilometers to 450 meters in its simplest form, first of all, to compare two items, they should be expressed in the same quantity, same units. So 3 kilometers means we can write it as 1 kilometer is 1000 meters, We can write it as 3000 meters. This is 450 meters. When you simplify, we can say 15 threes, 15 20s. We can say 20 is to 3. 20 is to 3, that's it. It will not be 20 is to 3 meters or anything. Ratio will not carry any units, right? So that is important. Next one. There are few terms that we should be familiar with in ratios. The first one is duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio is nothing but square. A square is to B square is the duplicate ratio of A is to B. 2 is to 3. What is its duplicate ratio? Means 2 square is to 3 square. Similarly, triplicate ratio means cube. A cube is to B cube is the triplicate ratio of A is to B. 2 is to 3. What is the triplicate ratio? 2 cube is to 3 cube. And subduplicate means it is square root. Square root of A is to square root of B is a subduplicate ratio of 2 is to 3. For example, for 2 is to 3, what is subduplicate ratio? Root 2 is to root 3. And subtriplicate means it's the cubed root. 2 is to 3 ratio will be cubed root of 2 is to cubed root of 3. Right? And one more term is compound ratio. What is a compound ratio? Compound ratio of two ratios is product of antecedents is to product of consequents. Say if two ratios are A is to B and C is to D, the antecedents means the first terms A into C is to B into D. For example, compound ratio of 2 is to 3 and 4 is to 5 is 2 4s 8, 3 5s 15, 8 is to 15. Right? Then the ratio A is to B is called a ratio of greater inequality if A is greater than B, and the ratio A is to B is called a ratio of lesser inequality if A is less than B. And there are two important observations on this. First one is, in a ratio A is to B, if A is greater than B, that is, if it is a ratio of greater inequality, A plus X is to B plus X is less than A is to B when x is positive. Let me give an example. In a ratio 3 is to 2, where 3 is greater than 2, 3 plus x is to 2 plus x. You can take any number. Let's say we take 1. 3 plus 1 is to 2 plus 1. This value is going to be less than 3 is to 2. Let's check. 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. 4 is to 3 means can I write 4 by 3? 3 is to 2 is 3 by 2. Is 4 by 3 less than 3 by 2 or not? 4 by 3 if I simplify I'll get 1.33. And 3 by 2 if I simplify I'll get 1.5. It is less. Yes. And if a is less than b, a plus x is to b plus x is greater than a is to b. Again, x should be positive. If I take the same example, in a ratio 2 is to 3, where 2 is less than 3, a plus x, that is 2 plus, let us say 1, is to, let's say 3 plus 1. If you take this, this is greater than 2 is to 3. That is 3 is to 4 is greater than 2 is to 3. If you want, you can check 3 by 4. Is it greater than 2 by 3 or not? 3 by 4 is 0.75. 2 by 3 is 0.66. It is greater. Right? It's a very useful statement when it comes to some of the complex questions there. Now, these are a few important points on ratios. We'll apply them and solve a few questions here. The first one. If a is to b equals to 2 is to 3, the value of 2a square plus 3b by 3a square minus b is. Now, as we discussed, when I say a is to b is 2 is to 3, it's not necessary that a is 2 and b is 3. I told you in that example, when I say boys and girls are at the ratio 3 is to 2, it's not necessary that boys are only 3 and girls are only 2. Similarly, when I say a is to b is 2 is to 3, a is a multiple of 2, b is a multiple of 3. If I substitute this here, 2a square plus 3b by 3a square minus b, 2 into 2k whole square plus 3 into 3k by 3 into 2k whole square minus 3k. If you look at this 4k square into 2, 8k square plus 9k by 4k square into 3, 12k square minus 3k. If I take k common, 8k plus 9. If I take k common, 12k minus 3. So the answer is 8k plus 9 by 12k minus 3. But we don't know what is k value. K can be anything. If it is 1, that means if the numbers are 2 and 3, I'll get 17 by 9. If k is 2, you get a different answer. For every different value of k, the result will be different, means we cannot answer the question. The answer is cannot be determined. But I'm afraid normally what mistake we do here is, in the place of a, we substitute 2. In the place of b, we substitute 3 and try to solve the question, and you will get 17 by 9 and you will go for it, especially when there is an option. But please remember, it's not necessarily 17 by 9. It can take any value depending on what is k value, right? So this question is cannot be determined. Let's take up the next one. If a is to b equals to 2 is to 3, b is to c equals to 4 is to 5, c is to d equals 2 is to 7, find a is to b is to c is to d. Now, how do we connect the ratios? The basic rule here is, which you have to identify the common term in two ratios, common term, and then rise it to a common value. Rise this value to a common value. Let me explain what I mean by that. Suppose if I take a is to b is 2 is to 3, b is to c is 4 is to 5. What is the common term in these two ratios? B. What is b value corresponding term here? 3. It is 4. I should rise it. Most of the time rising. Very few cases you can reduce it also to a common number. So you have to rise these two numbers to a common number. What is the common number or common multiple for 3 and 4? 3 4s 12. We'll try to make b value 12 here as well as here. How can I make 12? By multiplying with 4. But please remember, if you are multiplying a term with 4, you have to multiply both terms with the same number. Then only you maintain the same ratio. So if I multiply both these terms with 4, I'll get 8 is to 12. Here I want to make it 12 means I should multiply this with 3. Again, you should multiply both the terms. It will be 12 is to 15. 12 is to 15 can be simplified back to 4 is to 5, right? Okay, now we can write A is to B is to C means when there is a common term B as 12, when B is 12, A is 8, when B is 12, C is 15. Now, if I take C is to D, it is 2 is to 7. Now, the common term for both of them is C. C is 15 here, C is 2 here. Again, raise them to a common multiple. 15 2 is 30. So, we raise this to a common number of 30. Multiply, how do you multiply? How do you get 30? By multiplying with 2. But you have to multiply all the terms with 2. And here you have to make it 30 means you have to multiply with 15 both the terms. So, it will be 16 is to 24 is to 30. Here, if I multiply with 15, it will be 30 is to 105. So, now if I write A is to B is to C is to D. Now, when C is 30, A and B are 16 and 24. And when C is 30, D is 105. Right? So, this is how we combine the ratios. Now, there is a shortcut for this, but the shortcut has its own limitations. What is the shortcut? What is the limitation? We'll discuss this. When I have A is to B is equal to 2 is to 3, B is to C is equal to 4 is to 5, C is to D is equal to 2 is to 7. When I want A is to B is to C is to D, the shortcut limitation is we can apply the shortcut only if I have a situation like this. It ends with B, starts with B, ends with C, starts with C. If it is like this, you can write the shortcut. And the shortcut is this. For A, this is the ratio. This is the term. And is there any ratio above it? No. Take this 2 multiply with the following first terms. Multiply with the following first terms of the ratios. If you multiply with the following first terms, 2 into 4, 8, 8 into 2, 16. Now, similarly take B, 3 and multiply with the following first terms. Following ratios, first terms means 3 into 4, 12, 12 into 2, 24. And now let's say C starts with 5. I'll multiply the following first term, but there is a ratio before this. In the case of A is to B, what happened? There was no ratio above it. But here, when I take 5, there is a ratio before. There is a ratio before. So, for following ratios, first terms you are multiplying, there is a ratio before previous ratios, second terms you multiply. If there is a ratio previously there, you multiply the second term. So, 5 into 3, 15 and following ratio first term 2. Previous ratio second term, following ratios first term. So, 5 3 is 15 into 2, 30. And take a corresponding value for D7. There is no ratio to follow, only previous ratios. Previous ratios, what terms you have to multiply? Second terms, 7 into 5, 35, 35 into 3, 105. So, following ratios first terms, previous ratios second terms. 2 into 4 into 2, 16. 3 into 4 into 2, 24. These two are easy because there is no ratio before. But here for C, there is a ratio before means multiply the second term. There is a ratio after that, multiply the first term. D is also easy because there is no ratio to follow. For all previous ratios, multiply second term. 7 into 5, 35 into 3, 105. This is the shortcut, right? Let's take up one more example. 5 years ago, if the ratio of ages of 2 persons is 7 is to 5, which of the following can be the possibility is asking, can be the ratio of their ages now? Now, 5 years back, if the ratio is 7 is to 5, let their ages be 7k and 5k. So, today means you will be adding same number 7k plus 5 and 5k plus 5. Right? So, now what this ratio can be? Now, if you observe, you are adding same number to both the terms here. Why? Because age 5 years back to today, each person will increase by 5 years. Now, in a ratio 7 is to 5 where 7 is greater than 5, you are adding same number to both the terms means what happens to the ratio? We have discussed a couple of points on lesser inequality and greater inequality. The point we discussed is if A is greater than B, A plus X is to B plus X is less than A is to B. Now in this ratio 7 is to 5, 7 is greater than 5 means if I'm adding same number, 7k and 5k are there. If I'm adding same number to both of them, the ratio is going to be less than 7:5 or not, right? What is 7:5 or 7 by 5? 7:5 or 7 by 5 is 1.4. Which of them is less than 1.4? I had to check. 5 by 3. What is 5:3 or 5 by 3? 5 by 3 is 1.66. No, I can't take this. 8 by 5, 1.6. I can't take this. The ratio has to be less than 1.4. 3 by 2, 1.5. I can't take this. It is more than 1.4. So this is ruled out. This is ruled out. Then this is the only one left. Let us take 4 by 3. If I take 4 by 3 is 1.33. The ratio has come down or not? Yes. Because 7 is greater than 5, when you are adding same number to both the terms, the ratio will be less than 7:5. Hence, only possible answer is 4:3, right? So these are few important points on concepts of ratios. In the next session, we will discuss concepts of proportion. Students, for more details on ratio, proportion, variation, and extension of these concepts are used in time and work. For all this, we have a comprehensive course. For that, you can reach my profile at Udemy. The link is given below, where you find a course on time and work or work and rate, which consists of all these concepts of ratio, proportion, variation, and also concepts of time and work. Thank you.